Happy pre-New Year's Day. We are in a countdown moment. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to get into the next year. But as we're in our last hours and our final days of 2025, make sure that you are taking the time to slow down, be still, thank 2025 for all of the things that it gave you, how you grew, how far you've come. So make sure you take that moment. As we're wanting and hoping and praying to get into the next year, please take that pause to make sure you say thank you to 2025. Hello, this is Sahar from House of Pull. And here on this channel, we take an energetic snapshot. Hi there, Astro Pop. Energetic snapshot of what's going on. Put it on the table via tarot and then talk about it. Hope everything is going well with you guys. And let's get into it and see what the energies have to bring. Last week I did the 2026 preview. So if you did not catch that, go on to the YouTube page and you'll see it as my last one that gives you the predictions or the energy vibe for 2026. It should be quite interesting. Always a year of growth and evolving, right? So let us get into the moment that is beyond space and time. Our three gongs. Let us begin. And so it is. All right, guys, let's get into it. Oh, it's still going. Oh, that was a nice one. Okay, so let's see. No hat today because I just got my hair did, so I'm not gonna put on a hat on top of the hair. Just getting the do getting done. So let's see what is being called forward today. Okay, this deck, but I'm gonna start with just the regular stereotypical deck. Now, as you guys know, I always do the collective reading first, which takes about 25 minutes or so. And then at the end, if there is someone that wants a live reading, I can do that for you after the collective reading, okay? Easily and effortlessly. What is the vibe? What is the energy? Okay, we have the Eight of Wands reversed. Cross my legs. Okay, we have the Chariot. The Ace of Wands reversed. All right. Okay, so we have, I'll show you what we got. All right. Here we go. That is upside down, but it's an Eight of Wands, okay? This Eight of Wands is in reverse. Usually when we see it right side up, it's talking about something rushing in, something that we desire, or something quickly rushing in. But because it is upside down, we have a delay coming. All right, now after that, which I do like seeing here, is the Chariot card. And it is in the upright position, okay? So when we see this, or when I see this, the Chariot card talks about pulling in the reins. And I think of pulling in the reins of your thoughts and choosing and really listening to what it is that your intuition is telling you, what it is that your higher self, source, whatever force that you call it, is telling you to do and how to move forward. Downing the chatter that's in the mind. 7 is the number of self-reflection and introspection. So going and looking within and becoming more in alignment with what is within so that you know in what direction you are about to start pulling forward into. Okay. Now there may be some type of, because we do have the Ace of Wands, which is upside down. So there is some type of halt as you are taking a pause right now to figure out what it is that you want or need to do in order to move forward into something that is desired for you. Okay? Now, as you're doing this, there is a moment of healing happening. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And when I see the Eight of Swords in reverse, that means all of these swords are starting to fall. That means all of this is starting to fall. The blindfold is starting to come off. So with that pause, that means, or that's telling me that you are beginning to look at things maybe that you haven't wanted to look at, maybe that you've been pushing off for a little while, but you're finally starting to begin to say, you know what? I'm going to look within, and then I'm going to start actually looking to see what it is that the universe is trying to say to me, what it is that the nudges are trying to say to me. What are the nudges? Have I even heard any nudges? Just to be still, to be paused. Now, there could have been a situation in the past or the recent past that had you put up your guard, but you are healing from it, because once again, this is that five of swords. Okay, so Five of Swords is like something happened to you, some type of betrayal happening to you that wasn't fair, but there's some type of situation, maybe in the past, not maybe in the past or the recent past, that may have happened that caused you to put up your guard. Okay, so you're beginning to heal from that. Maybe that was the thing that you weren't looking at. Maybe that was the thing that was beginning to influence other things in your life and how you move in your life, because you were guarded. So you were moving as a highly guarded being, not to be in alignment, or to say that as you're moving heavily guarded, you still want to be guarded, but and move smartly and have discernment. However, if you're too guarded, then you're slowing your progress, it's saying. Okay, easily and effortlessly. But the good part is that you are beginning to heal from that, and you taking that pause, trying to figure out what direction is that you want to go into, is going to help you with that. That's why we have this Two of Pentacles, okay, in reverse, really trying to figure out what to do, how to move forward. It says weigh out the pros and the cons. Even if that means you need to make a list, weigh out your pros and cons easily and effortlessly. See? The hike. Okay. And this could be preparing, and I'm feeling like preparing for the outer journey by going within. Okay. That mountain or that obstacle or that thing on that journey is ahead, but it's kind of like the Fool. Taking that leap of faith, you have everything that you need. When the original Fool card, you have somebody leaping off of a cliff, right? And they have their little duffel, their little bag with them. This person is going on a hike, which is a journey into the woods. There's sun. It's practically clear skies, some clouds, but it's a beautiful day. So this is a promising card, okay? So as you're trying to figure out what it is going on within you so that you can figure out how to move outside of you, just know that whatever it is, it's going to be very promising. Whatever it is that you're moving into or you want to move into is promising. You just need to take a moment to be still so that you can quiet the chatter, so that you know exactly which way you want to move your boat, move your chariot, okay? We have the cult coming up. Watch what it is that you're thinking. Watch what it is that people around you thinking. Please make sure that you are having your own thoughts. Don't necessarily follow the crowd or follow what everybody else is saying. Okay? It would behoove you to follow your intuition. Just because everybody says this is what's happening doesn't mean that's what's happening. Do your research, collect the data, and then use your intuition along with the data to figure out the solution. Okay? See, intrusive thoughts. So all this chitter chatter, chit chatter chatter, that's why you're being asked to be still. Okay? So we can get those thoughts out of your head. Okay? Yep, the ending of something. We got the death card. All right. And that's the ending of their saying, well, couple things. The ending of you're in a process where you're going to begin to learn how to think in a different way, a new way. This is what is being asked of you. Now, whether you decide to take it and move forward with it is up to you, but the old way or the death of the old way of thinking is being called or asked of you. The other thing is that for some of you, there is an ending of something. Okay? You are going to be looking at things or something that you never wanted to look at or didn't want to look at, and you're going to be forced to look at it. And because you look at it and you're going to see it for what it is, you're going to dead it. You're going to be done with it. You're going to be like, I'm done. I've got enough information. I wasn't necessarily before maybe ready to look at everything, but now that I'm looking at all the information, it's not looking good. This doesn't serve me. It never served me, or at one point in time it did, and it no longer serves me. So you're going to have the power and the strength to begin to move forward. For some of them, yeah, that's a relationship. We have the meet cute card upside down. So for some, that could be a relationship ending. Okay? Hi, Riri. Because it is upside down, the meet cute. See, unwanted plans canceled. So it's probably something for some of you, something that you kind of was over anyway, and you weren't feeling it anyway. It's like being in a situation, whether it be a relationship, friendship, whatever, job, whatever, and you're like, if it ended, are you really mad? You were kind of already over it, but maybe you just didn't know how to end it. So it got ended somehow. Okay? Easily and effortlessly. And you're not mad about it. And then because of that, we got the iced coffee. Hallelujah. The grand awakening. What does coffee make you feel? Alive, awake, refreshing. It's cold. So it's like, oh, right. Yes. Right? A new beginning. You're just like, oh, a sense of relief. I'm feeling for a lot of people, like, now that that's done. And actually, as I'm looking back on this and looking at these cards, you could have been trying to figure out how to end it, like I said, and didn't know how to end it. That's why you had the intrusive thoughts. So it's like, how do I do this? How do I end this? How do I, now that I'm looking at it, like I'm pulling in the reins of the thoughts, I'm collecting the data, I'm seeing where everything's gonna lie, I'm doing the pros and the cons, how I want to direct my energy, and if I'm going to be moving in this direction, then I gotta get rid of all of this. So how am I going to talk to this person? How am I going to say these things in a way that I need to say them so that, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, I'm trying, whatever it is. And yeah, so how to bring about that ending, but the ending is going to come, and you're not going to be mad about it being canceled or ending. You're going to be like, all right, I was kind of ready for that. And then you're going to have that refreshing moment like, whew, finally, sheesh. Now, as you're moving through this, you got to learn how to trust yourself. You do have the imposter syndrome card. Okay, so learning how to trust your thoughts and what your intuition is telling you. All right, you're not crazy. What you're hearing and feeling is on point. So feel it out, listen to it. Like I said, collect your data. But more than likely, what you're hearing and feeling is true. Okay, excessive Googling, overthinking. All right, instead of listening to yourself, you're going to ask this person and that person, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, Nicole? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Instead of going within, okay? Go within. That's why that's 7. All right, I do have the marriage card. in reverse. So once again, an ending of a commitment, easily and effortlessly. Aha. And because of that, there's some type of upgrade. See that release, the iced coffee. It says promotion, some type of upgrade. Once this ending happens, it's going to be like upgrade, relief, the red flags. See, you already had the red flags. You saw the red flags. Now you're seeing them. This is not seeing the red flags. This is seeing the red flags and moving accordingly, easily and effortlessly. Fresh sheets, baby. Relief. Okay. Taking lemons and making what? Lemonade. Or like I like to say, lemon souffle. Okay? All right. You're making the best out of the situation. Taking that pause. Taking that nice long bath. See the candles there? Your rubber ducky. All right. And it's just really beautiful. Your own space, something where you can swim in. Not only do you have to take a bath, you can swim in that. You can float in it. And all of these things are what? Water is healing. It is relaxing. It just really can bring you back into alignment. So I have the power of the bath, okay? And doing a spiritual bath. I have a friend of mine who's actually, and I'll let you guys know when that comes out. I have a friend of mine who's actually about to put out a book on the art of bathing. And I was so excited. Oh, thank you. I'm so excited for it. So, and it's something that, I don't know if in this culture, at least the American culture, we don't really get into the art of like bathing and, the spiritual aspect of what that is. Okay. So I'll let you guys know when that comes up. All right. Let's see what else is going down. We need some moon cards as we're going through into 2026 easily and effortlessly. What do we got? Crack-a-lacking. Ooh, emotions are running high. Now I'm sure they are, which is why you're being asked to take that pause. So what you figure out and what you might find out may make you a little bit frustrated. Okay. See, and a personal issue reaches a resolution. See, we're gonna dead it. And that's Cancerian energy. It's a full moon. So full moon is what? Lighting up something and putting light on something that you weren't looking at. Okay? The light is shining on it. And that Cancerian energy, it's a cardinal sign. So that is the initiator, the person that gets it done, gets things started, gets things done. But it's also a water sign, okay? So that has to do with emotions. It doesn't do things in a straightforward kind of way. Crabs move from side to side to side to side. All right, hi James. So literally, with this situation, you might not have been, like I said, you weren't dealing with it. So you go from side to side, deal with it, it pops in your head, and then you might not deal with it. And then, you know what I'm saying? The energy is gaining momentum. See, we already said energy's running high. Okay? Easily and effortlessly. See, you're very close to achieving your goals. So whatever it is you try to let go of, or you're like going back and forth about trying to let go, oh, you might have to be the one that doesn't. As I pull this card, it says be bold and make the first move, which I kind of said in the beginning. So for some of you guys, you'll be doing it. For other people, it's going to be done for you. So it's like canned plans. So unwanted plans canceled. Okay? So we got that cardinal moon. Okay? Easily and effortlessly. Let's see what else we got. Yep, work through your fears. That's really going in and facing it. That's why you weren't looking at it. You don't want to deal with it. You're not, for whatever reason, not hurting people's feelings, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so honestly, I'm going to say it's really asking you to do it. Boo-bah. You're supposed to end it. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node, it's calling you forward. You're being called forward. All right, let's look into the ancestral deck and see what they're saying about it. And then what are we at? 20 minutes. I'll do a little boom boom pow. We'll pull the from the bowl, and then if somebody has any questions, we'll go from there. Easily and effortlessly. See, told you. The alligator. Silence and introspection. Look at that. And it's the number 4 and 3, and 4 plus 3 is what? 7. 7 is the number of what? Introspection. Introspection. So shh. Look within, right? 4 is the number of stability. 3 is the number of creation. So coming from the stability of you being still, okay, the creation becomes, okay, you coming out, you knowing what it is you want to do, how you want to move. Wealth and prosperity, 3, 3. All right. That growth number, see? From that silence, from that pause moment, you can create. Okay. Blessed child, purity, lost innocence. Okay. So this is, once again, looking at something that you may not have wanted to see, looking at something with the rose-colored glasses off, and something ending. The innocence of how you used to look at the situation is ending. You're looking at it for what it is. And that's okay. This is how we grow. This is how we evolve. You don't need to be mad. You don't need to be upset. This is just what it is. Forgive them for they know not what they do. Now what are you going to do? Okay? What are you going to do? And that's a 9 card. So that's, once again, ending, closing circles. Sacrifice, rebirth, 6. Something close to home. Okay. Easily and effortlessly. Discernment and self-worth. Knowing your self-worth. Having that discernment. That's why we're taking that pause, so we can hear and differentiate and have the discernment. So we can tell the difference between the mindless chatter and the information that is being given to us. Okay? From beyond. The sacred divine wisdom that is being given to us. Bottle tree. Mediation, intercession. See, you're being told and you're being given information. All right, but are you listening? Are you still enough so that you can even hear it? Easily and effortlessly. There's people, when I see that card, I'm like, think about it. There's people praying on your behalf. There's people really rooting for you in ways that you may never know. Even when you think that you're alone, just know that you are not alone. Because your team is with you, your non-physical team is with you. They are loving on you. They are standing by your side. They are helping you in ways that you will never know. Okay? Mentorship, protection. See, you are divinely guided. Okay? Easily and effortlessly. And for some of you, if you need to ask for help, the help that you're asking, because I said you're going outside yourself. If you decide to go outside of yourself, make sure it's with a qualified person. You're not just going to any and everybody asking, okay? 8. That strength and number within. All right? The strength. Easily and effortlessly. What else? Pine cone energy. Third eye. Told you. New perspective. New perspective. All right? Why? Because you're coming in. You're raising the bar. You're raising the frequency. All right? Let's see what our last boom boom pow is. Where is it? Okay. Last boom 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 pow. Easily and effortlessly. What is the last boom boom pow? Closing out this reading for the collective. Soul on fire. We're growing, baby. Creator alchemy. Yeah. Okay, this is you growing. This is you changing. This is you. Oh, hi, Gloria. This is you evolving. All right, this is you changing your perspective. The perception is the same. The data that you collected is the same. And this is what I say. It depends on how your perspective is. The perspective is the angle. okay, at which you look at it or decide to look at it, because it's a choice. The angle through which you look at it, the lens, or which is your perspective, through which you look at it, and it is that lens that will determine your frequency. All right? Hi, Dora. How you doing? Easily and effortlessly. Move beyond intention into belief. All right? You got the key. Of course you do. Who else would have it? Okay? Cut the cords of doubt. Hello. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. You need to cut it. Okay? Easily and effortlessly. Bliss is worth creating from. Okay? We got to get you back to this bliss part. Out of your head. Is that when I hear that song always comes in my head. Get out of your mind. Get out of your mind. Okay? Go in. Get that balance. Go in. Okay, balance. All right. Now let's see. The numbers easily and effortlessly going along with this energy. 1111. I am awakening. Yes, you are. That's why it's alchemy. That's why it's alchemy involved. We're talking about on a bigger spiritual level. We're not talking about everyday, day-to-day stuff. We're talking about growth. We're talking about evolution. Okay? I am compassionate. Be compassionate with yourself and others as you move through this energy. Even at times you're going to get frustrated. You might want to curse somebody out, but what I tell you, never do it, because then you have to do damage control. Always do things with what? Integrity, right? Because then the message becomes about how you went crazy and crashed out, and not what your goal was. Okay? Yeah. Oh, that's an awesome number for a birthday. That's awesome. All right. Hello from Tanzania. Okay. Change. Because we're bringing forth change. Okay. I am limitless. Yes. All right. Believing in how powerful you are. I am adventurous. Taking that leap of faith. Okay. So let's see what we got here. What the number is. What's the number? What's the number? I do it with my left hand. Is 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I haven't done the bowl in a while. So let's see what you have. What I tell you, transformation and evolution, baby. My chicken scratch. Transformation and evolution. Okay? That's what it's all about. Confusion. Okay? That's why all those thoughts are in your head. That's why you're being asked to take the pause, because you're like, I don't know what to do about this situation. See, get centered and grounded. Okay? That's all connected to that pause. And birth. Birthing something new, coming into that new way of thinking, coming into that new way of being, the new, dare I say, improved you. Okay, so is there anyone, I don't know if I saw anybody, let me scroll up here, that did want a reading, because other than that, I'll be signing off. Any reading people, quick reading. Okay, Renelle, I think that's the name. Let's do it. Renelle jumped in first. I'm sorry. If there's enough time, Corin, I'll do yours, okay, baby? Okay, Renelle, what is your question? Thank you for your patience, Corin. And let me see, what deck am I going to use for you? I'll use this one. I'm waiting for Renelle. Okay, your financial situation. Is there a particular question? Is it open-ended, love? smoothly and effortlessly, tapping into Renelle's financial situation, connecting with Renelle. Open-ended. Gotcha, darling. Renelle, tapping into Renelle. Images. What is the information in reference to their financial? What can you give me about? Okay, so we got the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is pretty much what you're asking me. You taking that moment, taking that pause that we were talking about, and being like, okay, I've been working on this thing, or you've been investing in something, and now you're like, all right, let's take a look at these funds. Let's take a look at what I've created, because the Pentacles, when I see it, it's something of value. So it can be money, but it could be anything of value to you. So there's something that you've been putting your energy to and working on, and now you're just like, all right, is this worth the investment? Okay. I like seeing this. You have the Four of Pentacles, but it is in reverse. If it was up like this, then it would be something that you're holding on to, something that you're not letting go of, but it is in the upside down position. So it's saying that there is some, I don't know if there's some spending that you've been doing, or I don't feel overspending. Let me see. Okay, I almost feel like you may be at a place in your life where you might have a little extra cash to spend, so you're letting it go a little bit, which is kind of like nice. I'm almost feeling like maybe at one point in time you were like this with your money, and you're like counting all your pennies and coins, and watching yourself build up. But now you're at a place where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. That feels nice, and like treat yourself. But whatever it is that you're doing, I would say you're doing all right. Keep it up. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't scale it too fast. I don't know what that means, but whatever it is that you're doing is saying don't scale it too fast. Slow and steady. And that's because you have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is slow, steady work. Like, it may not happen overnight, but whatever it is that you want, you're gonna get and you can have. But just make sure you're not rushing at it and scaling up too fast. Dot your I's, cross your T's. There may have been some type of financial disappointment, or some investment maybe in the past where it put a little fear in your heart. I don't know if maybe or either maybe when you were growing up, there's something about a disappointment when it comes to money. Either not having it, or always having to hold on to it, or always feeling like you're losing it, because you do have the Three of Swords. So whenever I see that has to do, oh, thank you, darling. Whenever you see that, I see that usually has to do with some disappointment. So but it's thinking though, right? Because it is the swords going through the heart. So it's some type of thinking, or the way you're thinking about your finances, or thinking about your finances, which influences how you feel about your finances. Thank you. So it might have had you doing more of this, but now I feel like you're in a better position. But watch overspending. Don't get like too like, still do what you were doing before, but the energy should shift now, because you do have a little bit more, a little more comfort, but don't get too excited too fast. Stay focused. They're saying stay focused, boo. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Did that help, Renelle? Hi, Muhammad. Hopefully that helped. Did that make any sense, dear? Rusty! Okay, good. So slow and steady, baby. But I mean, when I feel into it, I feel like you're doing all right, babe. You're doing good. So just keep it up. Keep it up. But like I said, we just kept saying don't scale up too fast. Slow and steady. Remember that the tortoise and the hare? That still works. I think you could probably Google it or something like that. The tortoise always, I think, wins. And they have the race between the tortoise and the hare. I think the tortoise always still wins. So, oh, thank you. I am honored and thank you for allowing me to do that reading for you. Rusty, I don't know if I can do it today. I have one more person. Let me see. Hold on, Rusty. I got Corinne. Corinne, step right up, Corinne. Renelle, mwah, mwah, mwah. Besos. Happy New Year. Happy awesome year for you. And Corinne, let's get to it. Talk to me, boo. What are we thinking? Where we got going? I'm definitely the tortoise. Good. Good old Rusty. Good. Then you're doing all right, Rusty. All right, Corinne, I'm ready for you, baby. Just Corinne, going to Corinne, tuning into Corinne, closing off from Vernell, shifting into Corinne, easily and effortlessly answering the question, will I finally get to meet my man in or before September? Okay, of 2026, I'm assuming. Yeah? All right, let's see, baby. Let's see. Well, let's see if they'll even tell you. You're always on time, Rusty. It's never late. You're always on time. Okay. September of 2026. Will Corinne get her man in or before September of 2026? It's saying no. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to dig a little deeper, booba, and I'm going to dig in and see why, okay? We have the Knight of Swords, and it's in reverse, and we also have the Queen of Wands, okay? Let me see. When I see the the Knight of Swords, that's good. But let's see what this is talking about. Let's see what happens and let's see what it says. Life is interesting. The Knight of Swords, okay? So the Knight of Swords talks about rushing into things or something moving at a fast pace, maybe even too fast of a pace. But I like that it's reverse. So it's talking again. I don't know. It keeps coming back to that slow pace again, almost like that the other cards. We're talking about a slow pace or not being too hasty. Okay, so slow and steady again. I'm feeling this slow and steady energy. Now we got the Queen of Wands, which is also reversed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's like it's not a rush. And I don't know if it's there's a communication thing. What I keep hearing is slow to awesome. Slow to communicate. So I don't know if y'all have things are, how do I explain? I'm trying to explain the energy I'm feeling. Like, I don't know if like it takes him a while to communicate to you about something or to talk. Okay, see, okay, he's busy with work. So almost, yeah, I feel like, but even with that, it's almost like like you want answers about stuff, and it's like you want answers about stuff and you're not getting the answers that you want in reference to him from him in the fashion, in the time fashion that you wanted. So you sometimes get, you're very, very patient, actually, extremely patient. You're extremely patient. You're doing everything. I feel like, oh, I'm getting the energy is almost like you're doing everything in this relationship that you may not have done in past relationships, where you might have been like more hype, or just how you handle things or whatever. Like, you are very patient, you have grace. And even though you get frustrated inside and you're like, no, we're not doing it the old way, we're doing it the new way, and you're really, really trying really hard. But sometimes I feel like you may feel neglected, and not that he's necessarily doing it on purpose, like you said, he's busy or whatever. It's just what it is. It's just, they're saying it's just what it is. So you have to figure out, because that may not change. That just may be who he is. Um, the Queen of Wands being upside down makes me feel like you may be getting nudges and intuitive, look, I'm doing what I'm doing. Y'all here listening to me, so you guys are familiar with. Well, I tell people about their non-physical team, source, God. We get nudges, angels from our team that tell us different things, and yourself. Period. Okay, because you have yourself too. So I don't know if you're necessarily listening to your own intuition in reference to this situation, because it's upside down. Uh have your grace and have your patience, but make sure that you are still making sure that you take care of yourself and your heart. Figure out what it is that you want and what you want out of a relationship and what you deserve. And not that you need to question your self-worth, because you the bomb, but just watch for that. Okay, just watch for it. Okay, love bug, just watch. And communicate, even if that means shoot, counseling, getting a third party involved. Make the time. You are important. You are very important. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense, love bug. So it just really, you're right now, the whole thing, awesome, good. So just make sure that you keep doing that. And I don't know what it is about the nudges, or you not listening to your intuition, or there's something about you and your needs, or you not listening to yourself and following through on getting what it is that you need from him, for whatever reason. That's what I'm picking up. Okay. So if the communication is great, hell yeah, we love that. Just make sure you are fully communicating everything. And even if he needs time, that's fine. But just make sure that your needs are being met. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, love bug. Hopefully that helped some. I know it didn't fully answer, but I guess, well, because I said, no, you're a man. But maybe that's why the man, or whoever this other man was that's supposed to be coming in September or whatever, is not coming, because you already got one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you, Corinne. I'm glad. All I want to do is be of some type of help and clarity and give you some type of assistance. So just make sure you you just take care of yourself. Okay, love bug? And the fact that you say that you have great communication, that's awesome. That's a great place to start. Okay? Good. That's all you need. One is enough, booba. So if he's communicating great and you got just keep working on it. Just make sure you're getting your needs fulfilled, love bug. Okay? That's all they're saying is listening to your intuition. They're proud of you for doing it the new way, the good way, the patient way, being communicative. But they also want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and your own needs. That's all. Okay, love bug? Okay. And then I think that's going to be it for me. Let's see. Oh, good. I know, Rusty. I was looking for you. Corinne, blessings to you, blessings to your love, and keep it growing, and lots of good loving, healing, happiness vibes for you and your boo. And I hope that you guys continue to grow and just get better and better with time, like the finest of wines, booba. Okay. I love boo loving, so keep up the good work. All right, Rusty, you'll be my last one. Happy New Year, love bug. All right. Rusty, hit it. You're my last one. I gotta do it for my OG, Rusty. You said you wanted to know. All right. Rusty, I almost want to know what happened. What happened with the lady? Or am I not supposed to ask that here? Your friend. Hopefully that worked out okay and it energetically worked itself out easily or effortlessly. This is for Rusty, tuning into Rusty's energy. What is Rusty? And Rusty, I'm just going to do the first half of 2026 because you're with me every week. So let's start with the first half of 2026 for you. Rusty's first half of... Okay, Rusty. Okay. So we got the Four of Wands, which is a celebratory card. I'm here for that. That's a good way to start off the year. And we have the Empress card, which is, once again, abundance. And that's being in receiving mode and pulling into your energy. Pulling into yourself what it is that you want. So your blessings, not only are you creating, you're in tune. I'm traveling west for my sister, but don't get along with my other sister. Will it be okay? Okay. Oh, understood. All right, we'll see. All right, let's see that. Will it be okay? Rusty visit. Where are you going? To the west. Rusty's go west. How's Rusty's trip west? Is it gonna be all right with family? Okay, so I have the Knight of Wands. And it's interesting because it's going west. And the way mine is 21st February to Western Australia from Eastern Australia. Oh, wow. So it says you are going, well, this is you going. It's interesting because it shows somebody going west. So this is almost like you. Okay? The fiery, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Like you're going there, your energy's right. You're going there with the best of intentions, if that makes any sense. You're going there. You don't want no problems. You're going there, like I said, with the best of intentions, just moving forward. Okay? Now, next thing that comes up is the Queen of Swords. Now, I almost feel like this is her energy. When I first tuned into it, it's almost like, I don't know if she's kind of judgmental or whenever. Yeah, I almost feel like a judgmental energy. Like she always is judging. I almost feel like this happening, like judging people or just saying stuff without thinking sometimes, man. And sometimes she may think that she's doing people, doing justice by letting people know certain things, whatever's in her mind. But, sometimes you just need to be quiet, and you don't need to tell everybody everything that's going on in your head, or all your opinions don't always need to be given. It is showing me, you guys, if this is the case, back to back, because it's coming up like this. Okay. So, I got to keep it real with you, Rusty. It may, a little bit of tension because I have the cups, the 3 of Cups upside down. This is usually celebratory. This is usually not. So there might be a little trickiness here. Slightly stressful, but it's saying when you come back, you're going to need to rest, because I feel like you may be emotionally, I hate saying this, Rusty. You might be a little emotionally drained afterwards. I'm sorry. Because then we got the 5 of, oh boy. The 5 of Swords coming up, which is like somebody not playing fair. Okay, and the way that they either communicate or the way that they're thinking. All right. Now, I don't know if that was a past thing or situation. This could be a past situation that occurred between you, and it's making me say you guys. So I don't know if you have other siblings or there's other family members involved in whatever the situation is, where something was unfairly done. The feeling of being backstabbed, the feeling of being left out in the cold. Okay? So I don't know if she caused all of that. I don't, right. But that's like dinging in the background, and it's really hard, even though you're going over there with like the best of intentions, and you're trying to shift the way you think about the situation so that you can move past the situation, so it moves towards your healing, which it is, and narc, which it is, it does. Okay. Yeah, so it's really I hate to say it, Rusty, it might be a little challenging. It might be a little challenging, but I still want you, as you go over there, to still, as I always say, handle with integrity, brother. Well, I don't even know if you're a brother. I'm calling you brother. Rusty. Yeah. I'm just feeling, I don't know, I just keep feeling like you're, like I said, the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is the card where this talks about rest. Laying down your sword. So don't fight. Don't feed into the fight. Don't feed into the fight. Distract yourself. Walk away. Take a deep breath. Go over and talk to somebody else. Like, before you even go there, have your tools in your toolbox of how to, what's the word? de-escalate the situation. Now, like I said, we're saying about this card. This card was when, I guess back in the day, supposedly when men went out to fight in a war or whatever. They had their caskets were already made for them or built for them. So when they would come home, say they didn't die, they would go and lay on top of the casket. It was kind of like interesting, like saying, you made it back home. It's a blessing that you made it back home. And that prayer, see, got the prayer hands. Thank you for allowing me to be home and safe, and let me rest and pray in gratitude that I made it through that battle. Yeah. Well, that's probably, she's probably trying to tell you what to do all the time. Because in her eyes, when we get with our siblings, we a lot of times can be, still in that position of, ranking, or especially if she helped, if she used to tell you what to do all the time because she was the older one. Like now you're grown and she's still trying to tell you to do those same things, and you're just like, I've grown, like, leave me alone. Okay? Been used as a scapegoat. Yeah. Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah. Feeling backstabbed, and yeah. Yeah. So when you come back, make sure you rest. When you go there, understand who you've been working with her for. Oh, you said over 50 years. So you already know her MO and how she moves. Now you just move accordingly. Get out, leave, like I said, leave the room. Don't listen, just don't feed into it. Don't feed into it. And it may be a little draining, darling. I hate to say it, but it may be a little draining for you. So when you come home, hopefully you're not there too long. How long are you there for, dear? Hopefully you're not there too long. But when you come home, you're going to need to rest. And make sure when you come home, make sure you make time for yourself to decompress and to reset after handling and dealing with that energy. Okay. Hopefully that helps some. I mean, I hate giving you, but I got to tell you what the cards say, even when I don't like giving the news, because that was a tough one to give you, dear. That was a tough one. Hopefully that helped some, Rusty. So prepare yourself. You got a couple months to figure out your tools in your toolbox. You know who she is, how she is, and how she moves. Hi, Lynn. So you've had 50 years to prepare. All right, and you go there with your best of intentions, riding into there to the west. And you just be that salamander. Transform. Okay? Transformation. Okay? Use her. If this is the Matrix and all that kind of stuff, use her as that thing that's built within the Matrix to train you to be a certain way, which is not her, one. And grow. Just grow. 1 week. Oof, yeah. And will you hopefully get your own, hopefully you won't have to be in the same house. Like, get your own space. Make sure you get your own space. If you can get your own space, even if that means just going in a room somewhere where you can decompress from her so you're not always around her, please make sure you do that. When she tries the tactics, don't fall for the tactics. Okay? Everybody else can fall for them, but don't you fall for them, because you already know what it is. Yeah. Don't be sorry. It's what it is. I hate that you got to go through it. That really sucks, dude. Yeah. But these, and I hate to say la vie, whatever they say. So is life. We're all here to grow, brother. We're all just trying to grow and be better. Yeah. I mean, this is part of it. right? As I like to say, we are a magnificent symphony. Okay, could you imagine what you sound like? Okay, a symphony has high notes and no low notes. Okay, it's not all high notes. That would sound crazy, right? There's high and low notes, and there's movements and all of these things, right? This is our life. So this is maybe a low note and a bit of a movement, but within this movement, you have the opportunity to create the sound of hope, the sound of strength, the sound of growth and evolution. Okay? Within it. All right? So, thank you, Rusty, for trusting me again. I'm glad that helped, or hopefully that helped. Guys, remember, I don't think I will be here next week. I might pop on. It just depends on what I'm doing around this time. I may or may not, but I'll definitely be here the week after. So maybe not on the 5th, but definitely the week after I will return. In the interim, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, dudes, we went over an hour. Look, I didn't even realize that. Whoa. You guys know the drill. I do one-on-one readings, houseofpool.com. If you have any questions, just let me know. Follow me here, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. I want to get out and touch as many people as I can globally. Share my gift. I love you guys. I love y'all. So happy New Year. Okay. Don't rush into it. Say your thanks for what happened in this 2025. Make sure you rest, love on one another, get excited for what's to come, even when it looks tricky. Okay? Be like, I'm gonna tackle that. Yes, that's right. An opera singing tortoise. That's right, Rusty. You better me, la 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 la. Okay? Your way into 2026 and be singing all the way through. All right? Be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you for everything that you did this year. Look back at it. Look and see how far you've come. You've grown, even if it was a little bit. You've grown in some way, shape, or form, and in some aspect of your life, you have grown. So give yourself a pat on the back. Do a little celebration dance. Okay? Because you did that. I want you to continue to do that. I want you to go even harder, go even stronger, but do it with ease. Ask to be able to do it with ease. All right? I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy New Year. Love you, love bugs. See you next year. Oh, see you next year. Bye, babies.